Welcome back to On Point, Big Time Pick 4 edition. Ed DeRosa alongside Scott Shapiro. I'm about to talk about one of the biggest Pick 4s of the year, 8 figures in purses, 7-figure pool of weights, and some big news to those playing in the turf with Ulysses out. James and I just talked about it. How does that affect your Pick 4 strategy?
Yeah, I think you and James touched on it a little, Ed, but to me it opens that race up a little more, maybe makes a somewhat potentially chalky Pick 4, a little wide open, a little more wide open, if you will. I think, of course, like Seventh Heaven is more interesting to me now. I think Talismanic. The other Aiden, Talismanic. I mean, Highland Reel I had last year. Much respect, but don't think I was putting that horse in the same class where I had Ulysses as a potential single.
Right.
So yeah, but I think, never excited to see a great horse like that now run on World Championships. But it's a good thing for the Pick 4.
He could have been fun to watch, and for me, both DeOro, I don't want to say looks invincible, but is a worthy single. I really like Arrogate, as you can see from my Twin Spires pin. I know you're bullish on some others in the Classic. Neither one of us had planned to go deep there. For me, Ulysses scratching is kind of good because now I feel like, okay, I can, now it makes sense to spread. Before it was, to me, using any other horse but the top two, you're just kind of reaching, and so now I even like it more. And I, like you said, you hate to see a horse scratch, but from a Pick 4 perspective, I think it opens it up a little better.
Yeah, if you're gonna lock in on both DeOro and you think the Classic is gonna be formful, whether it's with Arrogate or for me, I might open it up as far as West Coast, but I can't see there being a real upset. A Pavel winning or a War Decree maybe a little bit out of the question.
To me, the Classic, and this will bring us to Friday, today's race is very similar to the Distaff. There were clearly horses who were going to, a subset of horses who were going to win the race. Forever Unbridled ended up being the one to get it done. Abel Tasman ran okay, others not so much, but Forever Unbridled ran great. And really all 4 races were, from a sporting event perspective, were great. Not so good for you and I selections, but I mean, it was a championship card.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't complain about that. It was great to be there. I do think Abel Tasman ran huge in that race.
No, absolutely.
The 48 half mile.
She was second to Forever Unbridled.
Come from way out of it. Yeah, she made a real strong run, and you guys touched a little on Forever Unbridled. I agree with you about the short campaign, but it was a championship campaign this year, and it's hard to knock her. And the juvenile turf races I thought were more wide open than they turned out to be.
Right.
They bet the right horses, or the right horse in the juvenile turf, and the juvenile filly's one of the 2 real logicals won. Yeah, so good quality racing for sure. Would have liked to see my pick of the day Accelerate pick up his feet, which was discouraging, but we'll get back at it tomorrow. A lot more action to look at, and a lot more races and some multiple Pick 4s.
Did you see anything today that is changing your approach tomorrow vis-a-vis the way the track played? I mean, we did see some outside closers, which was out of the norm. Were they just better, or is that the way the track's playing?
No, I think what we saw, we talked about in a previous video we did, the inside speed bias was completely gone. If anything, I think you want to be on the outside part of the track. I don't want to say an outside speed horse can't win, but the rail looked a little bit dead to me. I mean, if you think about the winners all day, the outside looked good, so that could change overnight without a doubt. But if I'm analyzing what happened today, I think you want to be a little bit off the pace on the outside.
Last one, all my picks. I know why you disagree with some of them. Who's the one you're most going to be in my face saying "I told you so" when they're up the track?
Good question. Not Arrogate, because I can totally see your case on that.
Right.
Disco Partner, I'm not. I know that's a real big horse for you tomorrow. To say I'm dead against that horse would be a push. I'm trying to recollect some of the other options in here.
Unique Bella.
Yeah, I mean, if Unique Bella, it's one of those situations for me as a handicapper where if you're singling and you score out with Unique Bella because of other moves, then I'll commend you.
Right.
But that's more of I told you so, whereas if Unique Bella wins and you have her. So it kind of, not playing against her gives me more of a right to brag if she doesn't win. If she wins, I know she's very capable of winning. I just think it's one of those cases as a gambler where she's an underlay. It's worth taking a shot against the horse that I think is going to be over.
Fair enough. Well, great racing. We'll wrap it all up, hopefully with more winners to talk about tomorrow than today. But I'm expecting another great day of racing.
I'm looking forward to it. Starting race 4, but the Pick 5, race 1, Goldacova, great race.
I got some money for you, so find us a winner.
Yeah. Better than today.
Yeah, exactly. All right, that's been On Point. Join us tomorrow. We'll wrap up the Breeders' Cup.